Oh my God, we are back.
Double
Ben,
trouble.
Double trouble, baby. Recapping. We're doing episodes 11 and 12. So if you've not watched episode 12 of Circle season 3, get out. Get out.
Get out. And make
Get
sure you
out.
watch 9, 10, and 11 as well. You know, you don't want to just watch 12 and then watch this.
Yeah, but get
watch
out,
them all.
There's a good chance I'll just start talking about it right now.
Probably.
Because I'll get it mixed up. Like, there's a good chance. So, warning, spoiler alert.
Spoilies coming up.
Yeah. I really like the way
mad
that
at
they
us.
were talking to each other at the end of the episode. How we're like, Ben, I think you've been a really good contributor to Circle Alert thus far. Is that what they were saying?
Yeah, pretty much. So should we jump in?
Yeah,
This is
let's start from
exciting.
the end of episode 12 and go in
And then
reverse.
work
I think
backwards.
that'd be a really cool way to.
You know what though?
Dude,
It's
let's
not.
change podcasts.
If we're being honest though, Max, the two bookends are actually pretty similar to this narrative, which are Nick convinces James to do what Nick wants.
Yeah, James. It seems like James is gonna be a boss, and then he's kind of like,
And then he rolls
this
right
is
over,
hard,
yeah.
man, this is hard.
My goodness.
Man, this is hard. Ooh, this is harder than I thought.
I mean, I know Nick works at a big tech company, but like he should be in sales, I think. Like he's,
maybe he is.
he makes a good pitch. I don't know.
All right, so you'll start at the beginning of the episode, and I'll start at the end of the
Come on,
episode,
come
and
on.
maybe we'll meet. Hopefully, we'll meet in the middle of the episodes. You'll
Okay.
start-
All right. So you ready? Okay, so Nick convinces James. Now you do
Okay,
yours.
so Jackie is blind.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Spoilers. No, I like
Okay.
to think that people are watching the episode in sync with our episode. You know what I mean? So they're starting episode 11 right now as we've started.
Oh, so they're watching.
So they
think
watch
we're doing commentary. It's like they're
two
watching
monitors.
director's commentary
Exactly.
with the. That'd be pretty cool.
Hey, we are streaming on Twitch. That is kind
We
of
are
a Twitch
streaming on
move.
Twitch
Yeah,
and YouTube. Don't forget it.
that's right.
A little plug for all you listeners out there
Yeah, come
and
chat with us.
watchers.
Come chat with us, guys. We'll chat
Yeah.
back.
Hop in there.
Why not? So let's
One
get
of our
into
listeners
it.
actually popped up, and that's a little Sophia's girlfriend popped up.
Savannah, yeah.
Savannah.
We saw in this
hops in the
episode.
chat. We got a celebrity now. Pops up in the chat.
That's right. We saw Savannah.
Actually,
in the
James has
second
popped up in the
episode.
chat before. You know,
Yeah, he
Daniel's popped up.
And
in
Rachel
the-
and
Rachel?
Daniel.
Wow.
Friends of the show, close friends of the show, we'll say.
Yeah. Who will appear on the show? They said they have, so they will.
all said so they're committed publicly.
Yeah, and they shouldn't
So-
make
and
us
they
go
can't back
through
out.
Netflix to
Don't
have
make
to
us go
get
through Jackie.
We shouldn't have to go through Netflix
Please.
contact to have to do it because Netflix won't respond to us. So
Oh,
we
no, we
shouldn't
won't.
have to.
Please, you're
Okay.
killing us. They don't care about us.
They won't
don't even-
respond.
they won't
Netflix won't
respond.
respond to us. We can't talk to them. So we're going to you directly. All right.
That'll work. That'll work.
That'll
Max.
work. We'll put it out through the
Put it out
show.
publicly. Tie us together.
Yeah, so if you want these people on the show, you should at them and say, please come on Circle Alert. We'll
That's
do a
right.
public
Savannah,
campaign.
Savannah, we need you to at Sophia.
Via at Daniel. If you want your contestants on Circle Alert, you should at them and say, please go on Circle Alert. We would love to see you there. At Netflix and say, respond to Circle Alert. It could work, right?
Unless they just want our only exit interview to be Michelle.
No, they want more. Everybody wants more. And it's not really about the contestants. They just want us to be doing more podcasts, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
If
Yeah.
not, we will be forced to do exit interviews with us doing impressions of the people.
Oh.
We will be forced to do that.
I have another idea too, but I won't make that public
Yeah.
right now.
Well,
about
for
how we
so
get these
far,
interviews.
we'll do Ben's idea, or we'll be forced to do it. We'll do deep dives. These could be up to 2-3 hours of us
2 to
doing
3 hours of
interviews
us doing bad.
with impressions of these people. So you either come on, or we will do 2 to 3 hours of
Honestly,
impressions.
Honestly, I'm starting to like that idea better
And
than actually getting them on.
These are not. You've seen our impressions. They are not good.
They're bad.
They're not.
They're really bad.
They're really bad. Michelle came on, and we have done significantly less impressions of her. It has nothing to do with the fact that she is not on the show anymore. Nothing to do with that.
No,
it's just because she came on the podcast.
that's right.
All right, we should
Let's get
talk
into
about
it.
the circle.
Let's get into it. We
All right,
ramped up
so
a good 6.5
We
minutes.
get the
It's good.
influencer chat between Nick and James, and oh man, is it a duel?
What a battle.
A battle.
It's such a battle to the death. Here we go. So they start with Kay, and of course Nick wants to go after her, and then they go to Isabella, and of course and of course James wants to go after her, and so they both say, you know what, we both want to go after the other person's person. Maybe we should just make a deal. Let's make a deal, Max. What do you think about that? I think that's where it was going to have to go, probably, right?
Yeah,
they each give their number one.
Jackie isn't like isn't
able to be voted
to be voted about, but like
Yeah.
she's just not considered.
Yeah.
It doesn't come to mind. I realized it's like, all right, you got your alliance, I got my alliance.
Yeah.
Fuck Jackie.
But maybe that's why James thought that Daniel was expendable, was because he thought he had Jackie as well.
No, I do think so, but it was just like, fuck Jackie. No, I know it is because of Jackie, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was just kind of, I think that is why.
I still let me just make it clear. I don't think it was a good decision. I don't think he should have backed down at all.
You don't think so?
No, do you?
What if he hadn't backed down? What would have happened?
Is Ashley really that close with James that he thinks he's closer than a person who has actually said they're an alliance with?
Well,
There's no way.
Well, here's what happened. I mean, James did make it to the end.
No, he did, and good on him for that.
But he didn't need this.
But yeah, I don't know.
So now he has Kay in the end.
But now he doesn't
Nick,
have. But now he doesn't have Jackie voting him high to be in one of those top 2 spots. He's got one less.
But that was
person now.
later on.
No, I know, but he's.
But so he should have tried to keep Daniel.
That's what I'm saying. He has to keep Daniel for numbers' sake to keep the people rating him high in the game.
He should have forced whatever would have happened if they had come to a stalemate. He shouldn't have backed down.
Like, I think Nick would still have made it to the finale, even if Ashley or Isabella was voted off.
No.
But Nick wanted to keep them to keep
Clearly.
his rates boosted up.
Nick never would have given in.
No.
Nick would have been like, no. I love Ashley. She's grown so much. She was shy, and now she like calls me daddy.
She's
like a daughter to me.
She's like a daughter.
She calls me papa or something. I'm like a father figure to her. He like doesn't get that it's flirting. I'm her daddy. You don't get it. Like,
I take care of her.
Yeah,
I protect her.
Pick her up and like put her on a slide and stuff. You don't get it. She's really come out of her shell. Want to like take her to the ice cream truck and buy her a pop of a snowball or something, a screwball, right? A screwball with the gumball.
Maybe we should give Ashley a little bit of credit here too for
that definitely had a lot to do with it.
For leading James into thinking that they were that close. Like good
Definitely.
on Ashley, good on Matthew, I should say.
No, that's definitely part of it. But yeah, James, I've definitely seen James. There's some aspects of circle playing that James is clearly like very good at. But when it comes to like the brass tacks of things, James should have pushed a no deal. No deal. Deal or no deal, you go for the no deal.
No deal every time.
We're not opening any briefcases today. That's the show, right? With the briefcases.
Yeah,
with Howie Mandel.
And they go every time they go no deal because they get so excited.
Why is the show called Deal or No Deal? What does that
should
do?
Just be called No Deal because that's all they ever chose on the show.
No briefcases. Yeah, but James makes a deal with the devil. It's very Faustian.
Yeah.
I feel like, because we always choose Nick as evil in our alignment charts. He's evil.
Which, if you know us,
and then people on Reddit are like, "Oh, someone's Team Kai because they made Team K." Sorry, no, this is Reddit, so they don't. They're they think we're saying Kai. That's not me. This is Reddit. Oh, they're Team K because they made Nick evil. Clearly, I'm on Reddit.
Clearly, they hate Nick.
I'm on Reddit.
We're Team Good TV, people. How many times we gotta say it?
Evil can be a good thing. Everything is subjective. Come on. It's an alignment chart.
If I'm doing a Survivor alignment chart, I put Tony Vlachos as
he's evil. It's fun.
Chaotic evil. Does that
look at Nick's picture? Of course it's evil. Come on, it's fun. It's fun.
Do your impression of that picture? I'm
Nick. I'm evil. Dude, I'm evil. Dude. And just for say, Nick said it's right that he's evil and he loves it. Okay, he said he fucking loves it. Okay, he's fucking evil. And
I don't know if he was that adamant about it, but yeah.
And therefore, all the people that are aligned with him are also evil. Okay, so it makes sense. I define my alignment chart. I fucking love those alignment charts that I make. I put hours into it.
No, you don't.
Hours.
15 minutes into it.
Parts of hours.
Let's move on. So, I think that
by the way, I love all of our fans from Reddit so much. Love you guys. Shout out.
Oh God. Are we gonna get into that?
They're gonna put this clip, be like, circle alert. They.
I don't even want to say the word Reddit because I'm just so afraid.
I know they're going to be like, they are disparaging our community. All right.
All right. So I think one of the things that sends this over to the top is
shit is getting real.
Can I get through a sentence, Max?
I forgot to play that. Sorry.
One of the things that gets this over the top, I think, for Nick is sort of painting Daniel as kind of flaky people just bring him into alliances and he says yes.
That was really good.
Sort of. I thought that was a good way of saying, like, I don't know if Daniel is as set in this alliance as you think he is, because I've been around longer in this game and he just sort of jumps around and he's just not really playing it as hard, And
James is like, is he flaky? Is he? I haven't been around. I guess he could be flaky. He's young.
Yeah, and I think too, Nick, I think he used this tactic in both influencer chats, but using the tactic of like the emotional aspect rather than the strategic aspect of being like, I have had really open conversations with Ashley, and she is someone that I would not feel comfortable with blocking because she's such a close person to me. Like that, I think also is something where it's like, no, that's a nicer way of saying I have my feet firmly planted, but it's for moral and ethical reasons rather than strategic reasons.
Yeah,
that's a lot harder for someone to argue with, like way harder. So that's a good tactic that he used there, I think. But even still, I think James should have just planted his feet in the ground and said, no
deal.
No deal.
Production, we're not making a deal. Take out the fire challenge. Bring out the flint. We're making fire.
And again, he did get into the finals, but I think it really hurts his chances
at a
of winning.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
Jackie would have voted him number 1.
Yep.
I think. I don't know. The final ratings doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And I will say this too. I don't think Nick's got it in the bag with Isabella and Ashley like he thinks he does, because Isabella and Ashley are both tactical, smart players, and I do think they could tactically rate Nick lower to benefit themselves.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I don't know if he's got it in the bag like he thinks he does. So in terms of those 2 votes coming his way. So, but hopefully they still put him top 3 out of loyalty's sake. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and also, so they really never talked about Vince again.
No, they didn't.
No one ever. They never talked about Vince again.
Why would they? He's a ghost. He's just disappeared.
No one cares that somebody had a burner account and manipulated them. That never came up again.
Yeah, how was that not? What's the Savage Questions was this game? How did the Savage Questions not bring up Vince?
Like, this was definitely discussed and they didn't show us. Like, there was so many like wasted bits of people like making pancakes that we had to watch. There were so many long
dance parties
and long bits of things. But there was no investigation. There wasn't long speculation over who the fuck Vince was. Like,
and they had to have too. There's no way.
Like, we just saw the final fucking blocking, and we didn't see like nobody was like, "Who is Vince?" Like, nobody cares.
Crazy! It's such a big part of the game. It really boosted Nick's game.
And nobody maybe they just really don't care. They're just thankful about
either they really don't care, or
they're
the
thankful
producers
about
don't.
Only we care. Maybe no other fans care. Everyone's like, Max and Ben, Vince happened. They don't care. Get the fuck over it.
I cannot get over it. It's too big of a twist.
Episodes.
It's too big of a twist in the game to just leave in the dust.
I know. But we're just like,
Vince, I love you, dude.
We'll never get over it.
I love you, bro.
I love you, Vince.
We're going on a ghost hunting date immediately after this show, bro.
Dude, Vince. Daniel meets oh no, we didn't get there yet. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, we're pretty much there.
The blocking happens. Oh, I just like how Daniel thinks he's not getting blocked because James is typing.
Well,
he's like,
honestly,
yes.
I think everybody in the circle thought that too, because
I know, but it was
Sophia was like, "Oh shit!" The second James started typing, she's like, "Fuck!"
It was sad when Daniel got blocked, though.
Oh man, we
our
love
little
Daniel.
Baby angel. Daniel, we love you,
baby angel.
Thank you for all the sound bites along the way. Come on the podcast. You said you would. We'll see you on the podcast.
We'll see you on the podcast, Daniel.
Or we will do a 2 to 3 hour interview with us doing an impression of you, and it will not be good because
we will be wearing shirts purchased at Dan Flash's. Okay.
I love Daniel meeting Sophia. Her first line, "That's my sister. That's my big sister, and I'm fucking gay." Iconic.
That meetup was so fun because
that's my big sister. I'm fucking gay, and then he like points to him, and he's like, "Me, I'm gay." And she's like, "Yeah, I know."
No, I love this
Does
because
James
they were
know that Daniel's gay. Does James know?
I don't know.
Because
new players may not have as much
because James was like, "We'll have that connection with Ashley because my brother is trans," and I was like, "But do you know that Daniel's gay?"
Yeah,
I don't know. People always pick up on it.
Maybe not. I think new players have a lot less information.
Yeah, they don't like always instantly know. Yeah,
yeah. But I did love how just like they've been on sort of opposite sides of alliances the entire game, and then this like it seems like 5 seconds after they meet, they're best friends.
Yeah, well, because Daniel was just so ready. He was like, "Fuck these people! I'm ready to fucking dish."
Yep. But then he does a full 180 on this, and he's like,
"Yeah, because the Lions fucked him over."
Yeah, yeah, that's what he's saying. He's like, "I'm going." Like he immediately tells Isabella, "James was going after you," and then he says,
"Ashley is sketchy and take Nick down." And she's like,
"Yes,
no, I'm not going to do that."
Yeah, no. But then he's like, "You know what? I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to make it seem in my video message like you are real and
Have
not
we ever seen that
catfish.
before? I've always wanted to
Never.
see that. I've
That's
always wanted to see
amazing.
that. I
That's
was always
so
like-
much fun.
I'm
And
always
he's
serious
just
about
doing
I've
that to
wanted
throw
see
James
it.
under the bus. Like
I didn't-
that's the only reason. he's
I've
doing
always
that.
wanted to see this, but I've never known if it was allowed. If you could like
I know.
confirm that somebody's real who isn't real. Now,
Mhm.
I'm not sure if everybody read it that way. Like, I feel like James still thinks Isabella's a catfish,
Yeah. Yeah.
but Daniel tried his darndest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Too bad it couldn't be like, by the way, Isabella is real.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
think
her.
that's probably what the producers limited.
Yeah, no, of course. You can't just be like, I
Yeah.
saw her. Here's a strand of her hair. It's blonde from like a wig. You know, it's like,
Mhm. It was a cool moment though that he was able to do that. I didn't think that they'd let a contestant do that. So that's
yeah,
awesome.
that was awesome.
But then I don't know if you noticed, there was no talk about it afterwards that James could potentially be a catfish or something like that because he was
Dude,
like,
there's no talk about the fact that that Vince existed or did not exist.
I know, but hey, at least we got those pancake shots in that prom.
Oh, dude. Don't get me started on prom already. You know
We'll get
it. You
there.
know
We'll
I'm
get
very
there.
sensitive about the P word.
Oh, we'll get there. We will get there.
Dude, Jenny,
This has been a
fucking
prom.
corsages, didn't they? Didn't they fucking corsages?
Max, save it.
Breathe. Just breathe.
So the
Breathe.
next morning, we get Daniel's goodbye message to the circle, and as we said, he throws that shade, and he helps Isabella. Although we didn't get too much commentary from people in the circle, being like, "Oh, so does that mean Isabella's real?" You know, we didn't really hear any of that, so we don't know if that really worked or not.
Yeah, he goes after James hard, and James is like,
Danny boy, how could you do that to me?
Danny, why? Danny, to me.
Oh.
yeah, that was James talking. In that
Yeah,
clip.
of course.
Yeah.
Sounds exactly like him.
I feel like the chat after this was like baby Daniel's funeral.
I know.
It was like baby Danny Boy's wake. James was like, "All right, we're gonna hold up a toast." I was like, "What the fuck?" It's like it was like,
and they all
circles-
call him Baby Daniel too, so it's like an infant died. It's weird.
Like, guys, the circle's over in 2 days. You'll see him at the fucking
guys-
finale.
You'll probably see him after in a couple days.
I was
You'll-
like,
you'll meet
James,
up at a bar
you
in
got
London.
here 3 days ago. You barely fucking know him. Jackie's like, oh, he was a sweet soul. Oh, Danny boy. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Like, can we bring back his body for an open wake? I'm like, guys, he's like on the other fucking side of the building.
I know Daniel likes to always say I'm dead, but they don't mean it literally. Come on.
Nah, he's dead.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
I still can't believe that's a soundbite of Daniel.
It sounds like James. Is that his James impression, but he doesn't know it?
oh, yeah.
Oh, Danny
boy.
boy.
Should we move on to the next circle chat that we get? James, I feel like he doesn't really give a reason for blocking Daniel. It's just like kind of a Jackson like response. It's pretty vague. And it's just like we said earlier, it's just like a cheers to Daniel, everybody. A life well lived. He was loved by his parents and his friends.
He was a sweet lad. Oh, Danny boy. Oh, the potato famine got to him. Oh, Danny boy.
So Sophia does come out and say he visited me, and it was a grand old time.
It was a grand old time.
So yeah, and I don't think I think people were a little confused why her. Oh, it's because other people had those suspicions of her being a catfish too. But we didn't really get enough to chew on in terms of them thinking if she's a catfish or not.
I did
based
like
on that
that
video message. So
James was happy that that he went to see Isabella because he's like, whatever, she can't hate me any more than she already does. Like, I don't give a shit. She hates me.
Right.
She ranks me last. Like, what is she gonna do? Like, rank me
He's
laster?
like, oh, that's good.
All right, whatever. That's who gives a shit.
So we get
He has such a good read on stuff. He gets to be influencer again. It's
Yeah.
like, and then he just backs down again.
I know.
See, your dog agrees with me. Hi, Millhouse.
Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah. Puppy, hi.
Millhouse. He wants to be on the show so bad.
He's firing barks off for Danny Boy.
Hey.
I'll bark for each day that he lived.
So we get
uploaded
new
pictures.
photos.
Are we gonna do this?
Well, we have to talk about Nick's photo.
Dude, I shred,
Dude, I shred that nar.
Dude, do you think he skateboards? Like he drums?
I love that this is
Like
still
he has a
conspiracy.
twin?
I love these conspiracy theories. You
Like
think
he's
Nick
a
is? You think Nick?
nerd? Like he's
You think Nick is an AI? You
tech?
think Nick is an AI profile, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think Nick's real, dude. Nothing about Nick is real. Nick's been catfishing us this whole time, dude. Nick's a jock like us, dude, and jocks don't shred. Do you think he can ollie, dude? Chicks love ollies, dude. They love ollies, dude.
No, I screamed at the TV. He would choose that photo. Hella sick, bruh.
Well, girls like Nick is so punk. He probably knows Linkin Park in person. I really like the Isabella picture with the lobsters on her ass. That was like, whoa, dude. Whoa. Nick was like, dude, well, I gotta look away, dude.
I never thought I'd want to be a lobster, bro.
Bro. Do you know that lobsters are monogamous? Whoa. It's true. It is true.
Whoa, am I dreaming? Pinch me like a lobster.
Oh, I like to go in a tank with her. Boil me. Whoa, boil me. I'm baking.
Hashtag talk lobster to me.
Let's get cracking. All right.
All right.
All right. Enough of that.
Yeah, there was a onesie, there was a cat, there was a beach photo, there was a grandma photo.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
all right. James
Fun.
and Kay have a chat.
He's like, so about that blocking. Whoops.
All right. So he explains that he sacrificed Daniel and explicitly says that he made and said that like he had to do it for us. But at this point in time, he doesn't explicitly say that he made the deal because
which comes back around later because Kay is so confused.
But like not till the next episode.
I don't understand.
But why?
I don't know.
I thought I was like, oh, are they just
that's his I feel like that's his out in this situation is to say, look, I made a deal to make us in the finals no matter what. So
Why
Nick
didn't
is
he
gonna
just
have
say
our
it?
backs. Like I think Kay would have been okay with that.
No, but
I don't
feel like
know.
He's withholding it, and then he said because I think that he's not sure he wants to tell her because at the end of the conversation he says he ends with hashtag Nick wanted you gone, hashtag I put my foot down, hashtag keep that between us. So he's keeping his options open on.
So he probably wasn't too happy when Nick organized a group chat between him and Kay and James.
Potentially. I think he was just kind of waiting to see how things go.
Yeah. But
I think
really leaving Kay confused when that second conversation rolls around.
Yes. And I was thinking he was waiting to see how the final ratings would go to see who the other influencer would be and kind of sussing things out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he was kind of not wanting Kate to know what happened.
Right.
but I kind of think he just should have told her
I think he should have told her.
because
It's his
she
closest
was
ally in the
sus.
game.
But
Yeah.
it turned out not mattering because Kay says it's the best connection she's had the whole time she's been here. Wow. What a slap in the face to Calvin. Calvin sent you his nipple. His nipple.
He sent the goods.
He sent the goods, his nipple. No one else was allowed to do that. Fuego Falco says hashtag K confused with the K. I agree. We got to get that trending. Damn.
Oh man.
She doesn't know that James already has a crazy ass bae, okay? 12 years going.
Yep.
Calvin gave the goods. That's the strongest connection. I mean, has James ever, got you up late at night before you going to sleep and said,
I
let's
don't
exchange thirst traps?
I don't believe James has sent the goods.
That is not the strongest connection you've had. She's
No.
confused.
No.
After everything Calvin's done,
Man.
he's a chef.
He's a chef. He'll cook for you. Oh, how quickly they forget. Once they're full, they're full. And they move on, right?
True.
Should we talk
You're
about
so
this
cute,
band?
Calvin. You're so hot because you're a chef.
I mean, where's the lie?
Should we talk about this band chat? There wasn't really much there except
Hashtag the band lives on.
the band lives on.
Jackson just forgotten.
Yeah. Jackson's like the bassist of the band.
Yeah.
Always gets left behind.
Yeah. I like how Ashley calls Daddy Nick Daddy to his face.
Yeah, I love that too.
And he's like, yeah, I'm your dad. Whoa, I'm your dad.
I'll take like really good care of you, you little man.
Yeah.
little girl. Yeah.
Yeah, the band chat, whatever. Should we get to the Circle yearbook?
Sure. I guess we'll get into this.
Ben, did you get any superlatives in high school?
No, not at all. I was not popular in high school, and I had a close circle of friends, and that was it. I stuck to
Oh, sorry to hear that.
that. Why?
I don't know.
How about you, Max?
Oh, Ben! Wow. Thanks for asking.
What'd you get, Max?
I got Best Actor.
Oh
and
boy.
I got Class Clown. Oh my God, I got 2. Wow.
No, you did
Cool.
not.
I
You
did.
didn't
I got
get
two.
Class Clown, but
Thank
you're not
you.
funny. I don't understand.
I don't know. I got 2. I got 2. Not everyone gets 2.
Wow. Yeah. You must have really schmoozed, huh?
Yeah, I schmoozed around. I campaigned every day. I handed out flyers. I was like, Max for Class Clown. I handed out clown noses. I really campaigned. It was really hard.
Wow.
And let me tell you, there were a lot of actors in my class of 100 people. There was everyone was really, going to school for acting the next year.
You only
A
had
lot-
100 people in your class?
Yeah, I went to really
Wow.
very small public school in New Jersey.
Oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah, it was a lot of competition. A lot of competition, man, for Class Clown. Everyone was funny. Oh, come on. For 2, though? Let's go. Hey, at least I'm honest about it. So Isabella gets Class Hottie.
Oh, come on.
I'm the class hot T.
I had to get that one.
There you go.
For Class Clown, I was really hoping that Ashley would win. I thought it'd be so funny.
That would be- yeah.
Circle MVP, James and Nick. Well, I just thought this was very, it predicted things.
Yeah, definitely.
And we
Class
learned that what?
Class Clown, you forgot. James almost didn't make the cut.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was hoping that Ashley would win. That would be funny, but then James won.
Oh, I see. I got you. Yeah.
And then Circle MVP, James and Nick. Very foretelling. And then we learned fucking prom is happening tonight.
Fucking prom.
I love prom. I love prom.
These people on this fucking season are fucking obsessed with prom. The producers are obsessed with prom. This cast is obsessed with prom. And let me tell you, They don't know anything about prom.
They don't know shit
because
about prom.
you don't bring bouquets to fucking prom. And
you
if
don't wear a
look-
wedding dress to prom.
You don't wear a wedding dress to prom. And if you look at these people who all thought that you bring bouquets to prom, do you see any bouquets to prom at this
I
party,
don't see
Ben?
any bouquet props.
No,
I've seen no bouquet
I
props.
saw corsages, and I'm not sure if I saw any boutonnieres, but I didn't see any white wedding dresses. I saw only colorful dresses. I saw one white
No.
tux.
I saw tiaras and crowns, which we all know you wear at weddings.
Yeah, you only wear tiaras at weddings. Yeah, that was gauche. But I saw no bouquets. Why do they keep bringing up prom?
I don't. It's a really prom heavy season.
Was season 3 fucking prom themed? I'm over it. It's like they're trying to trigger me about this fucking bouquet thing. God, leave me alone, Netflix. It's infuriating.
I thought about texting you to make sure your blood pressure didn't go up too high.
It did.
I thought about texting you to.
I had to
skip
lie on
scene.
the floor with my legs above my head or do. I didn't know what to do, so I just did a
You
bunch
did
of
breathe.
things.
You did Icar's breathing exercises, right?
Yeah, I did a car's breathing exercise. I did jumping jacks. I ate a handful of grapes. I tried everything.
I didn't know grapes was the.
I
cure.
held
I had
held
no
my
idea.
my breath while drinking water.
Oh boy,
I sneezed. I tried everything.
let's not spend too long on prom.
I really liked the donut walls though. Those were a very nice touch. And
yeah,
but I think those are typically at weddings. Those aren't.
Yeah. Or
I've never
police
seen
station.
a donut wall at prom.
or police stations. Yeah. it's one of the two.
Nice,
Nice.
nice, dude.
Oink oink.
Stick
All
it to the man, dude. Yeah. I really liked this line from Nick.
Hey, Isabella. Want to go to prom with me?
Want to go to prom with me?
Yeah, there's multiple problems with why Isabella can't go to prom with you. One, she's gay. Two, you guys are
you're
she's
not in high
22,
school.
but I think you're like even older than that. I don't know how old Nick is, but
I have no idea how old Nick is either.
I think Nick's probably a little bit older than 22, right?
Yes. Yes, he's not in college. Nick is not in college. I feel confident in that.
Yeah, no, he's not in college, but I don't know how old he is. I don't want to presume anything.
No.
He's out of college.
Hashtag poor Nick.
I don't think Nick will ever get over this.
No.
Isabella's going to be the one that got away forever.
Did we want to talk about that Ashley and Kay conversation that was in between Circle Prom and the Circle Yearbook?
Oh, well, it was very nice.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that all these people are coming out of the woodwork now to message
apologize to
Kay
Kay.
and be like,
Hey, I love you.
Kay,
I think you're so cool.
whoops."
Everyone's like, Kay. Oh, Fuego Falco's like our fact checker. Thank
Yes.
you so much. You're
Our
our
resident
hero.
researcher. 27
Falco,
years old is
MVP.
what Nick is.
On the circle, somebody said on the circle profile, but you can never trust Nick. He said he's a drummer too, and a twin. So we don't. Yeah,
He's a liar. He's
I'm
a
kidding.
liar.
Okay, so
We
he's
don't believe
27.
it. We don't believe it.
Yeah. Thank you, though, Falco. We really do appreciate that. So he's 27. Yeah, it was a very nice conversation, and it did seem genuine.
Yeah, I agree.
Just to come out like that, and it apparently worked in the ratings too.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, he graduated from MIT in 2016. Fuego Falco says.
Excellent.
Damn, Nick is a smarty pants.
Yeah, we knew he graduated from MIT.
I forgot.
That was in the show.
I forgot that. I'm too. See, I'm like when Sophia.
You just
was
have this picture of him in your mind.
Sophia's been too focused on Kay strategically. I'm too focused on the fact that I don't believe Nick's a drummer. I'll never get over it. No, Nick, I know you're a drummer. I know Nick.
The fucking government wants us to believe.
No,
he's a
I knew
drummer,
Nick went
dude.
to a really good school. I just didn't remember which one it was. Because I know he lives in Pacific Northwest. I just forgot. I forgot if he went to school there in state or not. So I forgot.
Cool.
So did MIT, is that where they teach you to solve Rubik's cubes real fast? Is that like
I'm sure he learned that before MIT, but
no, they teach you at MIT. It's like, all right, nerds, get in line.
No, man, it's where they teach you how to drum.
Oh man.
So yeah, we end up getting into another circle chat. They talk about their dancing and they talk their prom stories.
And then Kay really brings the party down. She's like, no fun will ever be had in the circle.
Hey guys, let's all tell
some really sad stories. It's time.
Let's do our saddest stories.
It's like, are we? Because we were kind of
we were high on prom.
We were really eating donuts and dipping them in rum and like dancing to disco.
Now prom is ending the way it does for
a lot of people.
A lot of people where they end up crying at the end of the night.
Yeah, like James, whose date ran away with his cousin.
Ouch.
He's like, oh shit, here we go again.
I don't need this in my life.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I need in my life.
So yeah, do we want to talk about all this?
No.
It's so depressing.
No. I mean, it was really nice to learn why everyone needed the money, and these were some really nice stories and stuff. But this isn't really the stuff that we cover best, and we like to talk about.
I think it's great if they are going to put the money towards all those things. I think it's great. I also would have thought it was hilarious if anyone in there was just like, "I'm going to get a pool."
Yeah. No, all this stuff is very nice, and I think it is also very sad that a lot of the stuff is medical and stuff that they can't get covered by insurance. I think that's just a really terrible state of things. So
yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
It's fucked up that that's the society we live in.
Yep, that's terrible. So anyway, that's all I really have to say about that, and I hope that they all are able to find the means to cover the stuff that they need to, even if they cannot on the circle.
Yes. Yep.
Is that how the episode ends? Just with prom?
Pretty much. Well, I think they get the alert that the final blocking
happens tomorrow.
And that's how it ends. But then we also get another like teary section right at the beginning of the next episode too, which is all the video messages.
Oh, the loved ones messages.
Boy, it's just a cry fest here, Max. Everybody's bawling their fucking eyes out.
It is time to. I was not ready for this. I think we're gonna skip this section too. We don't really have. We're just gonna.
No, we did this. I believe
this.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Max. We did this last season too.
We yada yada this part too.
We yada yada this part. We said we were like messages from home. Nope.
No, we have nothing against human emotion and this stuff.
Speak for yourself. No.
Yeah. Okay. Ben. No, there was some very good stuff here, especially with James and his brother, and especially what he had to say to everyone in Circle Chat about like times in his life where he has felt that he has been judged based on the color of his skin and such and stuff. But we do not have anything meaningful to contribute. So we are just going to say that there was some very good stuff in here, and we are going to leave it at that. We are not going to break it down.
No, I think it's not our job to break down people's emotions.
No, it's not.
Let's.
I'll also say they've only been in there for like 2 weeks. You know,
I knew you were going to bring that up.
I cannot say it. They've been messages from home. 2 weeks. Oh, I really needed this message. Oh man, I've been in here for so long. Jackie got one. He's been there for like a day.
I know.
Oh man, no. She wasn't like. Oh,
it's been a long 24 hours.
It's been a long 8 hours in here. No. These messages were very nice. I
miss my friend so much. Fuego says no emotions here.
No. These messages were very sweet. I do think it's just funny compared to like other like reality shows where they're like heavily isolated in like like Survivor, where they're out
freezing
in like
cold rain
will
and all that
for
stuff.
like the rain for like long
They're
time.
starving.
They have visits after like 3 weeks or something. You know, in like not a nice place. And this, it's like
yeah. Do they do it in Big Brother? Do they do messages from home in Big Brother?
But no,
they don't. And Big Brother is there for longer than any other reality show. They're there for what? How many days? 100 days or something like that?
Yeah, they don't even like do it.
And they don't even get messages from home in that.
They're like, that would taint the game.
Again, we don't want to diminish some of the very special messages that were said in these.
No, we are not diminishing the messages. And I think that really some really cool stuff is saying it's like important to have this stuff on show, especially to see James open up like that. And I think the message from his brother was like really actually made me emotional. And I thought
it truly
was really
does
cool.
make me like them all the more to hear these stories. It really does. It's just not like a funny thing that we can talk about.
All right. No, we've already spent more time on it than we meant to trying to backpedal. So let's forward pedal to the circle chat. All right. James says, nope, wrong note. Oh, they get letters from home when they get head of household.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. Thank you.
That's true.
But if you don't, then you don't get a letter from home.
Yeah. So screw you if you're not HOH.
I like that it's like a reward. Yeah. You should have to earn these messages. All right. Nick invites James and Kay to a chat, and Nick is like, let's rock. And James thinks it's legit and is like, yeah, this seems legit. And Kay is like, this is fishy. Until James is like, oh, hey, well, this is like the deal that I made from that influencer chat that we had. And Kay is like,
huh?
Oh, so that's what he's talking about. And then she's like, okay, I'm in if you promise. And Nick's like, all right, pinky promise. MIT.
Cool. I promise.
That was the second class after Rubik's Cube, the pinky promise.
Nick does his pinky promises like this.
Yeah, hang 10.
Yeah, hang 10,
hang
bruh.
pinky, bruh. That was the scene. That was
the whole scene. It was like
it was
like a clarification scene. It was like just to clarify with Kay so that she knows you guys made a deal. It's bizarre. Yeah. Weird way to tell that narrative there.
We get to savage questions.
Yeah.
Nick asked Jack, should we just jump into it?
Yeah. Did you think first of all, did you think all these questions were super savage? I thought maybe a couple were, but I didn't think it was that savage. I don't know.
Dude,
why won't they ask them? I just want to hear them ask. I
think these were savage?
That is savage.
I thought they were all savage, dude.
A savage question would have been, what do you think about the situation between Israel and Palestine? That would have been a savage.
Oh, savage. Dude.
That's a savage question, and they have to answer. They have to answer
it. Oh,
they have to answer it too, dude.
Pokemon or Digimon. Oh, what are you gonna say? Oh, you gotta say that in front of everyone.
McDonald's versus Burger King. You have to decide. You have to choose one. You have to choose one.
Gotta reveal, dude.
Oh man, I'm going political. Yeah, that's right,
dude.
Oh man,
dude, who's your favorite pope of all time? I'm going back all time.
Savage Ben, yes.
that would be savage.
All right. Nick asked Jackie, are you a video game girl or is that just the perfect catfish persona? And she answers that she has played Doom Eternal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I might be wrong, but like that was like a pretty good answer to some, but not a great answer to others. I thought it was a pretty good answer.
I've heard of Doom Eternal being pretty big.
I mean, it was a highly rated game. GameSpot gave it like a very good rating. So anybody did a base level of research would have done a good job, but I think most people would eat it up. I don't know if I would have done
anything differently. I thought it was fine.
I thought it was a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
Enough people thought it was a good answer, so it was a good answer.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you gonna? If you wrote a lengthier answer, people would have thought it was even more suspicious. Also, it was too late for Jackie. If you come into the game this late, you're fucked. You're not going to win.
Yeah. If she had said like Candy Crush, then that would have been a problem.
It just doesn't matter. You come into the game this late, you're not winning. You're fucked. It's not fair. They shouldn't have people come to the game this late.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
She got on TV though.
Yeah, she did get on TV. But
TV is cool.
Apparently, she hosted E3 or some shit.
Yeah, that's
according to Savannah. So
yeah,
she's
She's
successful. So
big deal.
You said she has a lot of Instagram followers. So she's good. Ashley asked Kay, who do you think is least deserving of winning the prize money?
That's a fun one. That's a fun one.
But Kay basically says
she didn't take the bait.
She says Jackie in the most roundabout way possible.
Yeah. Which I do think made the blow a little softer, don't you think? A little bit.
But it was like
but it was still obvious.
But no one was upset. Everyone was like, well, yeah, Jackie is the least deserving.
The second the question was asked, I was like, well, she should say Jackie just because that's the most politically, that's the most political.
No one cares about Jackie because she just got here.
She just got there. She's a number, but
no one's even talking to her anymore. No one's even thinking about her. She's going to get eliminated this episode. She's barely been shown in the edit.
Yeah. I was feeling that too.
I was like,
Kata Isabella.
Kay asks Isabella, is your circle playing with Nick genuine or gameplay? And she gives a good answer.
That was a good question too. That was a savage question indeed. Trying to plant some seeds in people's minds that maybe Isabella's just using Nick. Oh!
That is savage.
That's how savage it is.
But yeah, I thought Isabella's response was perfect. It was very sweet. But then I think her feelings about like being afraid of if Nick is actually likes her, she's like starting to get freaked out by, oh man, am I like messing with this guy?
He'll never get over it. She's the one that got away. James asks Ashley, who are you more loyal to, Nick or Isabella? And I gotta say,
that is savage.
And Ashley finally makes the right call in one of these games and doesn't answer. You don't have to answer the question.
No.
This isn't Saw. It's not Jigsaw behind the thing. Nothing's gonna happen. You don't have to answer.
You can either say that you don't like Sophia or you have to cut off your hand.
Yeah, there's nothing gonna happen. I like how when she says Sophie's choice, and Sophia's like me, Sophia. I was like, no, that's not who Sophia is in Sophia's choice. Matt did do well. Hashtag Matt did well. It's true.
He did. Matt crushed it.
I was very proud. It's like, you can't answer. Like, don't answer it.
Mm-hmm.
And James was like, yeah, like that's a good choice. You don't want to answer that.
James was like, shit.
Like, Ashley, I was like, yeah. And I like how Matt was like, I learned from that. Like throwing someone to the bus is not a good point here. Like, I have to stay strong with my alliance. Like, fuck that. So I was very proud. You know what? Do I have to say to that?
That is savage.
That was a savage way to answer it. Fuck yeah. I was very proud of Matt. You learn from your blunders.
Well done.
And then Nick slid
into Isabella's TMs. And we get a new O soundbite, don't we? Isn't there a new one that we get now?
Oh!
That sounds just like the other one. That's the new one.
I forgot to get them, but they sound identical to the old one. They sound exactly the same.
Need variety. We need variety.
You wouldn't be able to tell. They sound the same.
No.
He made identical.
I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased.
They sound the same.
I'm not pleased.
Boom, boom, boom. We flirting.
Max, what's your bar vibe? Do you need a dance floor or do you need a dive bar?
You know, I'm really kind of both. Usually I like to go into town with my girls and we like to start dancing at like I like to go with Ashley and we would like to go out to like maybe like a discotheque and start there and drink like martinis or something while we're dancing, and then end up at a bar and maybe have like a beer and a shot at a dive bar. Maybe at like a punk rock dive bar where Nick is drumming.
I was just gonna say. Yep.
Max had a great comment.
Whoa, Nick, you agree? What'd you say?
Max had a great comment.
Wow, I agree.
Wait,
Thank
how
you, Nick.
did you get that soundbite? Where was that?
I don't know. I just think Nick had agree. Nick agrees with me. Wow, that's good. Thank you, Nick.
What was the full context of that?
I had a good call. I had a great
No,
comment.
I want to know. After the show, you're going to tell me.
No, he when he was doing the family the older his older brother's name is Max. And he was like talking, he was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, when he was talking to his family, he was like talking to them. He was like, yeah, family, yeah, it's great. And then he was like, yeah, my older brother Max had a great comment. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
He fucked up having an older brother named Max.
I know. I wish this had happened in an
Nick,
earlier
are there any
episode.
Bens in the family? Are there any Bens in your family?
This is amazing. And I get this for the rest of every Circle season. I can't wait for him to interview him too.
Oh, that's going to be abused, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he's gonna be like, "That's wrong," and I'm gonna be like, "Well, the other Nick says."
Max had a great comment.
So, what do you say about that, Mr. MIT?
Make up your mind. Pick a lane. How about
Pick a lane, Nick.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh man, I'm getting really like I'm getting too tuned into soundboard listening. Like
you
now,
think?
when I was watching like the Secession trailer, and somebody said something very like soundboard bitey, and I almost like wrote down the time code for some reason, and I'm like, we don't have a Secession podcast.
God.
Whenever I watch things, I'm like, oh my God, that'd be such a good soundbite. Like, for what?
mean, I wouldn't be opposed to putting Succession sound bites in this podcast.
For what?
Just because it's a damn good show. That's
yeah,
why.
but I do it for everything. I'm like I'm like watching the Yankees. I'm like, that'd be a good soundbite. For fucking what?
You can use your Don Sterling or what's his name? The
John Sterling like radio call.
Yeah, the radio call of when a circle. Yeah, I was just gonna say when a circle player doesn't get blocked, he is safe.
Hey, what would these fucking things be good for?
You
I
have
need to-
them for our other podcast.
I need to
Pretty
get
Little
out
Podcast.
more. I need to get out
Yeah,
more.
You really do.
I have soundbite brain.
Yeah, you really do.
I had to be deprogrammed. All right.
So we end up getting this conversation between Jackie, James, and Kay. Jackie's like, hello, I'm still here. Do you guys remember me? Are we still in an alliance?
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, you exist. You're on the show still, right?
Mhm.
They reassure
They're like,
her.
yeah, we got your back.
And this was
Ooh.
good for their ratings, probably.
I know. Fuego says Max might need an intervention, Ben.
Please.
It's too far gone. Trust me. You can't be saved.
97 sound bites, Steve.
He can't be saved.
Yeah. They reassured her it was probably good for them in the ratings, but she was toast because James
Didn't care enough.
he got soft. He got soft.
Yep.
Should we get to the final ratings though? Or did you is there any since we know the results, we know that it was pretty inconsequential.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that it was probably good for their ratings, but I think she was going to vote with them anyway because she wasn't in with the other side.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, let's just get to it.
I mean, it probably pulled them. Yeah, it didn't matter. All right. So
Yeah.
Jackie put Kay first. Kay put James first. Sophia put Nick first. Nick put Ashley first. James put Jackie second,
Yeah. That was interesting.
but he still blocked her ass.
He still blocked her, even though she was his number 2. I
Matt,
don't understand.
Matt put James third.
Yeah.
So he put up
Nick rated K 4th. Jackie rated Nick 5th. James rates Isabel 5th. So it was just pretty damn similar to the last ranking.
Yeah, it's like the same shit. It's like the
Yeah.
same exact thing.
Like, because the lines are
Besides
still
the
drawn
fact
either way,
that-
so whatever.
But it's like Jackie put Nick 5th, but I think K
must have put
and-
Nick a little higher. Yeah.
and same thing with James.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we
Yep.
learned that the 2 highest players will become secret influencers. Nick and James become the highest. This was awesome, though, them trying to suss each other out.
Oh my god, I loved it. It's such a fun twist. Like, I'd love to see this happening again on the show, because I like that James's first instinct was, I have to act like a robot.
And then Nick was like, okay, salutations. This person has contributed great to the circle, too. And Nick was like, but it's amazing because James did a really good job. He totally figured out that it was Nick.
Yeah. At the
He
end, well,
totally-
and vice versa too. Nick kind of thought it was James as well. So
Yeah, but James totally perfectly sussed it out that it was
yeah,
Nick.
Nick led him astray for a short period of time where he was trying
Well,
to
then-
convince him that he was Ashley, but then it all came back around.
But like he narrowed it down to Isabella, and
Yep.
then he
Good on
just-
them both.
and
Yeah,
then you just got it.
smart
and-
guys. They're smart.
But it
guys.
just
Yeah.
seems like James was so ready to play hardball, and then all of a sudden he was just like, "This is harder than I thought," and I
He's
was
like,
just
I'm
like,
exhausted.
and he was like, "I'm tired," and I was like, "Dude, no!" Like, okay. I was just like, "All right, well, it's pretty obvious Jackie's going home because she didn't even get to play in the Savage Questions game.
Yeah.
Get to do anything.
And again, we already talked about this earlier, but I really think that Nick using the tactic of playing the emotional card of, I would feel very uncomfortable blocking her because she's really been there for me emotionally with some conversations. Like,
yeah,
I think it worked. I think it pulled on James's heartstrings a little bit, to where James was like, oh, geez, well, I don't have as good of a reason as he has, because he's been in the game since the beginning with Ashley, whereas I'm kind of new to the game, and Jackie's even newer to the game. And so he's like, my reasoning isn't as strong as Nick's reasoning, so I feel kind of bad, like forcing him to block someone he's known since the beginning of the game.
it's like, I mean, but we should also give credit to Nick for being like so persuasive.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's what they said in his family video. It's like, you're a goofy charmer. Use that charm.
Yeah. He does have a way with like making it seem like, hey, we're both on the same side. I've got your back, but here's the deal of, like, emotionally speaking, I can't take these people out.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, but James, if you want that
Still,
money,
though, yeah.
if you want that money, you got to play hardball. Like,
Mhm.
if you're going up against people like Nick and Kay who are not gonna back down, like Kay wouldn't back down over that shit, like they're not.
Not at all.
I mean, we
Yeah.
haven't seen
I don't,
Kay
well, I
influence-
don't know. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how it started. We haven't seen Kay in the influencer room in so long. I really thought we'd probably see her again.
I'd be dying to know if she would have done for Nick what Nick has been sort of doing for her, which
Probably
is
not.
like not voting
Really
her
not.
out. Yeah.
Because
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think she would trust him. Like, I mean,
I don't know. Maybe. We've been surprised many times this
That's
season.
true. That is true. I can't believe how long she's lasted as not an influencer. It's amazing. She's so
It's
good.
wild. Yeah, it really is.
Well, like James, is really good, but it's just like when it comes down to these deals. I mean, look, he could still win the whole thing because of how ratings work. So I don't want to say that he's not going to win, but I just think that Jackie could have ranked him number one and would have made him
Do you think too that
increased his chances of winning better.
I agree. Do you think that maybe it's just like the being new thing puts you at a level of insecurity about the lack of information that you have compared to the amount of information the person who's been there from the beginning probably has about people in the circle? Could that be a part of it? To where
I think it's part of it, but I also just think that some people, when they get in those positions, they just don't feel comfortable.
yeah. Mhm.
I think it's probably both.
Because at the end of the day, Nick's argument for Jackie was she just hasn't been here that long and she hasn't really grown too much like the rest of us within the circle. She hasn't really put herself out there as much of all of us in the circle. And Nick tried to pitch it as a deserving thing of like, I think Ashley deserves to be in the finals because she's been here since the beginning. She fought her way here, and Jackie's only been here like a day, or a few days, you know. So I think maybe James probably agreed with that as like, yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. So, it could be partially that. But from a strategic point of view, a non-emotional strategic point of view, yeah, he should have fought to have kept Jackie.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it goes.
So it goes. So who do you think is going to win the circle?
Oh, man. I mean, it could be between multiple people. It could be Kay.
Yeah, there's 5 people.
Okay, so here's honestly, I think it could be any one of them. I really do.
Yeah, okay, but you got to pick who you think's going to win. Winner's pick.
I'm going to go with Nick. And it's only because I think he's got more numbers on his side than what Kay does on her side and what James has on her side.
Hashtag Big Nick energy. Okay, so I think...
What do you think?
Well, I think that Sophia will vote tactically in the finals.
It really is close. Fuego says it's close. I
don't see Nick... I see Sophia voting tactically at the end, and she won't want
too. That's the tough
Nick
thing.
to win. So she's going to vote Nick down. I also see Ashley potentially voting tactically, but Ashley voting with her heart and maybe voting Kay higher. So that maybe
this could be a James win, truth be told.
I was thinking Ashley or James.
I would say James or Nick. Because I still think if they do end up going that route of still ranking Nick high, because Kay is also that other swing vote too. If Kay still ranks Nick like 3rd, that could be enough to push Nick over the top. It could be. Because she likes Nick more than Isabella and Sophia. But again, Kay might be voting super
worried about Nick. They're going to be so worried about Nick.
The thing about this final voting is that you can never tell what it's going to be because usually like 1 or 2 people will vote tactically and the rest will vote emotionally, or it'll be like the opposite. It'll be like most of them vote tactically and a couple vote emotionally and then throw a wrench into it.
You pick Nick. Now you're making me think Nick, but then I was thinking Ashley or Kay. But now I'm like, no, it's not going to be Ashley.
I don't know, because even if just 1 or 2 people vote on an emotional level, then it will throw a huge wrench into things.
All right, I'm going to say Kay.
Okay, yeah. We picked the 2 Titans. Why not?
One of the 2 Titans. Let's go.
Yeah.
2 Titans. Let's go.
But let's do a fine print at the bottom of that says we really have no fucking clue.
No, we are experts. It's going to be both of them.
The New York Times said so. Don't forget, the New York Times said we're experts.
Yep.
Circle experts.
Yep.
So.
The New York Times with a
Z.
With a Z. We are the official podcast.
Right.
The
official Netflix podcast.
With a 0. Yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. And if you join us this afternoon, like Fuego Falco, thank you for joining us for this double podcast day, quadruple episode day. It has been quite the experience. We've never done this before.
No,
but it was sick.
And we will be back on Thursday next week, not Wednesday. Sadly, I'm going to be traveling across the world. No big deal. But on Thursday, we will be doing our finale recap. And then Friday through probably Monday, you can expect a lot of exit interviews with people who don't make us go through Netflix. And we'll get those out. And yes, I do expect that on Monday and Tuesday you'll see an alignment chart and a drinking game. So you can look forward to that as well.
Yeah, you'll see an alignment chart probably even sooner.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, follow us on Instagram. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Please give us ratings on
turn
podcast
on
places.
notifications on YouTube too.
Tell your
Otherwise you won't know when we're
friends,
on.
tell your wives, tell your husbands, do all that cool shit.
Yes. Fuego
Cool.
says thank
Fuego
you for the
Falco,
podcast.
thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. The podcast has been growing way more than we thought it would, and it's a very
Way more.
exciting times. All we care about is listeners right now. This is all for love and
Yeah. We don't make a
circle
dime off of
fandom.
this.
We don't care about money right now. It's all
No.
about fans and love and podcasts, just sharing our enjoyment of the show. So thank
right.
you and have a very circle-y week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Max